Welcome everyone to Gamer Meld. Today, Nintendo announced the new Switch. Newegg is putting GPUs behind a paywall, Intel's Alder Lake is coming soon, AMD's next-gen monster confirmed, and Nvidia is releasing a full new lineup of GPUs. Okay, it's news time, and first up for today, Nintendo just announced their long-rumored Nintendo Switch OLED. That's right, the new console is set for release on October 8th, and at least in my opinion, it's a bit disappointing. The good news is that the new model does come with a 7-inch OLED screen, 64GB of internal storage, a new kickstand, better audio, and a wired LAN port. The issue is that while the screen is bigger and said to have deeper blacks, it's still 720p. The Verge also confirmed with Nintendo that the CPU and memory remain the same. Not only that, but docked mode is still only 1080p, so rumors about a 4K model were apparently wrong. Still, it's good that current Switch owners won't be forced to buy a new console, as this isn't the Switch 2 or anything like that. It's just an updated version similar to the PS4 Pro or Xbox One X. The issue is that the Switch was already being pushed to its limit against the PS4 and Xbox One, and with new consoles already out, that gap will likely get bigger and bigger. Of course, Nintendo heavily relies on first-party titles, so it may not hurt them all that much. Now, before I get to the next story, as of now, only 34% of those who watch my videos are subscribed, and that means over 60% of you aren't. So what are you waiting for? If you love staying up to date with all things gaming hardware, make sure to subscribe, as well as check out the GamerMeld Discord server and follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Next up for today, Newegg has officially announced a new custom PC assembly service to go along with the PC builder they launched last year. It's called ENIAC, and while it's a natural extension to their PC builder, Tom's Hardware noticed something alarming in their FAQ. Most of it involves assembly issues, broken components, etc. But when you get to the hot items title, it says, quote, "Products considered in demand or a hot item product with limited supply can only be purchased with PC Builder Assembly Service, or you cannot go through the checkout process." Basically, it sounds like Newegg is putting hot items, i.e. GPUs, behind a paywall. At least that's what it seems like. And obviously that's frustrating for those who only need a GPU instead of a full system. Plus, the service itself is $99. Of course, you could argue that it would help deter scalpers and miners, but it's still a bit concerning. Luckily, GPU prices are trending down, so hopefully they'll be off the hot item list soon. Regardless, I thought it was important to point out. If you're still interested in having Newegg build your PC, I'll have an affiliate link to the builder in the description below. Plus, they're having a pretty decent 3-day sale right now, so check that out below as well. Next up, it looks like Intel won't be postponing their Alder Lake CPUs like they did 10nm again and again. In fact, they're set to come really soon, as the cooler company Dynatron recently added support for Intel's Alder Lake CPUs on the LGA 1700 socket. Now, these coolers are specifically made for workstation CPUs, but the regular desktop parts should be coming soon as well. Not only that, but Team Group briefly listed DDR5 for pre-order, even though there aren't any DDR5 supported motherboards. At the end of the day, Intel's next-gen CPUs are set to be one of the most exciting launches from the company in a long time. Don't forget that Alder Lake is set to launch on Intel's version of ARM's Big Dot Little architecture, and we pretty well know that AMD is planning the same thing. Basically, this is Intel's chance to finally stand up to AMD's Ryzen. Next up for today, AMD's next-gen GPU specs were just confirmed. If you've been following the channel, you know that AMD's next-gen CDNA architecture is called Aldebaran, and it's said to be one of the first ever MCM GPUs, meaning multiple GPU modules made into one card. The last bit of information we saw came from a Linux update that suggested we should expect a whopping 128GB of HBM2E memory. Well, it's now been confirmed, as Pawsey Supercomputing just revealed the specs of their upcoming Set Onyx supercomputer. In it, you can see that it includes 750 plus of AMD's next-gen MI GPUs, meaning the MI200. And right here, it specifically states that each GPU comes with 128GB of memory. Once again, that's 4 times the memory in AMD's MI100, which was definitely no slouch. Ultimately, I would say this essentially proves an MCM GPU as well, given there's no way AMD's next-gen card needs that much memory without it. And lastly for today, it looks like Nvidia is gearing up to release a full new series of GPUs. The story originally comes from a known leaker on Twitter and later by video cards. According to the leak, Nvidia is set to release a super refresh of their 30 cards on laptops by early next year. Not only that, but video cards has apparently heard the same thing. Plus, with the leaked roadmap from Lenovo that surfaced a little while back, showing a 3070 Super and 3080 Super, this is looking more and more accurate. And of course, while this only mentions GPUs for notebooks, we can't rule out desktop variants. With that said, due to the GPU shortage, Nvidia could be holding off or simply jumping to the 4000 series for desktop. Either way, we can likely expect to see these announced sometime around CES. Anything can happen from now until then, but we won't have to wait too long to find out. So while that does it for today, do you think Nvidia should be releasing these super GPUs? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you liked the video, please subscribe. And as always, have a great day!